So all the episodes this year specifically are going to be somehow kind of relating, discussing calling, community, and cultivating biblical womanhood / femininity. So the idea is really that like we are in our callings, and I really want to be the podcast that you go to if you are single and you are kind of like, you know what, this is the season I'm in. I don't necessarily want to hear about how motherhood is the only thing that you can be good at, the only thing you're worth, the only thing that you can be good at, and how if you have a career, you are failing at life. Some people, you know, and the fact of the matter is there's so many podcasts, conservative Christians that say that. So I want to be the podcast that's the opposite. Like, this is your calling. At the end of the day, like, you're supposed to do what God has called you to do. Maybe God has not called you to be a mom or a wife ever or right now. So you need to make sure that you are thriving and honoring him and bringing him glory in every season of your life. And I'm sorry, there just aren't a lot of podcasts that talk about that. So I really want to be the go-to for that. So I am going to have some more like career focused episodes and some more talking about callings, and, you know, not just like with your working in an office, but sometimes people are called to work from home jobs. You're called to, and then maybe even different professions. That is one of the goals for this year. And then the next thing is community. I really want to do some more community things. I am planning a tea party in March. Hopefully I'll get all that stuff solidified sooner rather than later. And I am looking for sponsors to help with that. But I do really want to do the tea party this year. Another tea party. The first tea party we did, like, for the books, like, that was such a fun experience. And I just think that community right now is so important. I think especially when we get to the ins and outs of the year, talking about like some of the things that are out, I really think that community and like being together in person is going to be so much more important, like going forward in life in general. I've really been feeling that, like, and what's so crazy, I have made such great friends on Instagram. I'm thinking of two, like, as I said, I'm thinking of two women who I hope we see each other one day and like can actually like give each other hugs. But I'm just thinking of them who have been so kind, sweet, supportive, and like we have good conversations. You know, these things online are great. Like, I hope that people can find community and like can find, like, feel as if you are not alone. Like, that was the whole overarching goal of the podcast from the very, very beginning, was to have hot takes or just takes in general. Sometimes the takes aren't even hot. They just feel hot in the culture. Sometimes they're not hot. They're just takes. And, but in our culture, they're hot. So the goal was really to have that. And so you don't feel alone. And like, that is the overarching goal. It's still the goal today. And I really want that to happen. I also really want some in-person things, because there is nothing that beats that in-person, like spending time together and like, I don't know, just something about that. And then obviously everyone loves dressing up. Even the most tomboyish girl will feel pretty good on a dress. So that's that. And then the last thing, cultivating biblical womanhood and femininity. That kind of goes back to the other thing that I was saying earlier. And I was talking to actually one of my really good friends about this. I was saying how I really like in this, I don't want to say season. I'm now starting to hate when people go, I'm in my single season. Actually, that could be the rest of your life. You really don't know. You are single. That's all you are. So in my singleness, I really do want to make sure that I'm honoring God and glorifying him. And I want to make sure that I am living like a biblical womanhood. And like, that is what we're going to be doing, cultivating that. So like, I want to read books and I want to have guests on and talk about how to do that. And just like, not just like cultivating womanhood, but like actually like day to day, like, how does that look? How do you live like that? So that is the overarching 2026 themes of the podcast.
Thank you for watching this clip of Those Are the Girls with Mallory and Friends. You can watch the full episode here on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts.